Yo, we are back, guys. We actually have something special for you guys today. We're going to be reviewing one stage with three different shooters and shooting methods. I am accompanied by Andrew, and he's going to roll the clip, and we're going to break it down.
This is, just to specify here, this is the Long Island Championship. This is stage 4. Great stage. One of my favorite stages I've probably ever shot. Just unfortunate that it was like 90 degrees to stay in. So we're gonna do what we always do. We're going to play it, let you guys watch it, and then we're going to break it down. So just to start, there is a hula hoop right below me, and there's a hula hoop on the right side of me. You had to pick one or the other hula hoops to start in, and I think it was wrist below belt. And this is a disappearing target, and of course I messed that up, and you will see that.
Are you ready? Shooter ready? Stand by.
All right, so that was stage 4 by yours truly, and we're going to break it down. So Joe can give you the initial.
Are you ready? Shooter ready? Stand by.
So right off the bat, I should have engaged the steel target to engage the disappearing target instead of burning all that time for that to activate. And I missed, hit it, waited, came over here. As you can see, didn't break my grip. Awesome. Did a really good job there. 2-2. As you can see, there's Alpha Charlie, and I think there's Alpha Charlie there. Or I think that's a double out. Either way, I think it was Alpha Charlie. So we're doing good so far. Come in, engage a single steel. There was another stage plan to engage this steel, but I opted not to do that stage. So I was hesitated to shoot this. I could have shot it there. Don't get me wrong. But if I missed, I would have had to made up the shot anyway, and it would have destroyed my future stage planning. So I just stuck to my stage plan where I shot it from this point on the stage. Came in, engaged it. You're going to see this is an activation steel, so it's going to activate the swinger. There's a swinger. Came in, missed my shot low. Like I said, this optic wasn't zeroed to this barrel. This, like I said in the previous video, this was a open gun, and I just threw a regular barrel in it, and I never zeroed it, thinking 0 was going to be somewhat close. It wasn't, but needless to say, I kind of figured that out like within the first 2 stages that my 0 was off. And while you're shooting these stages, it takes a lot of thought to realize, like, you're very used to putting the dot on the target and pulling the trigger. And as you could see, that my 0 off. So the rest of the day, I was still missing, but I was trying to advocate myself to put my dot above the target. As you can see, I hesitated to go right, had to come back, burning more time. Hit that reload in, 1 steel, paper, and then we lit it up. As you can see, I had a ricochet. And that was the stage. And unfortunately, I didn't have the best time. I think I had some pretty good hits on this. My time was a lot of hesitation, started wrong, and just dug myself in. Now, I'll let Joe give you the breakdown on what he thinks. But there you go, Joe.
Yeah, you could just let the video play through.
Are you ready? Shooter ready?
The one thing I would have just done different here is exactly what you said, was shoot the steel first.
Yeah, that was my plan. But sometimes your stage plan also.
Yeah, and also that disappearing target seems slow to activate.
Yeah, I will say that most disappearing targets are actually very, very slow to activate. I have never had a super fast one. They're all slow. You could probably get off a good 3 targets before you actually start this. Unfortunately, I was just sucked into here, and I didn't get to shoot the steel.
One thing I'll say right after this was your 2-step reload was really good here. And then we get to this section where you do have the hezzy going past the barricade. It's like a second, I would say.
Yeah,
And
I'd say
my
anywhere,
last comment,
probably around a second.
my last comment is I would have just fanned that.
My thought,
Even though it's hardcover, like dot reset and just fan it.
yeah, I really wanted to fan it, but you know, I really wanted to get the hits on paper. This is a slower stage where your hits count more than your time. As you can see, there's 2 alphas right there, but that was my plan. It just, like I said, my stage plan fell apart, so I kind of just had to do what I needed to do. So that was me. Now we're gonna watch Giancarlo shoot the same stage, which was stage 4. And we're gonna watch it, and then we'll break it down. So as you guys could see, that wasn't a perfect stage, but it was vastly different. I wouldn't say vastly. It was definitely different from how I shot my. And from right off the bat, you could tell. He made some very, I wouldn't say small mental mistakes. They're definitely mental mistakes that he made. The missing is gun skill related. I don't know. I don't consider that a mental thing, but there are some mental aspects of that he definitely had. So right off the bat, you could see he starts his stage on the steel, which you're supposed to do. And you could see that as soon as you transfer the steel, you go to the paper and then back, the disappearing target's facing. And it's super smooth. So now you're on to your next stage. During stage planning, I actually opted to shoot through the window to the steel, but you have to run up here anyway to engage it. So I said, why am I going to take the extra shots at the extra distance that I don't need to if I'm going to be up here? I opted. So that is another error right there. So he broke his grip forgetting to shoot the steel. As you can see,
I find this area or this engagement very funny because I'm thinking of how G is, and he's probably like,
fuck.
Oh,
he says it.
No, I don't even think that. I think here, he's probably thinking, I got this. I have 1 round left, and trust himself to shoot. And he hits it. But if that was really going through his head, who knows? But I feel like that's what he was he would be doing right here.
So G comes up to the window. The thing is, I don't know why he chose the window when he could have went here to do that. The window was supposed to be shot from the beginning of the stage. Like I said, you know, sometimes you're on the stage, you plan one way and then you just get sucked into certain things and it just ruins your stage. I will say, guys, this is off topic. Those of you that want to compete, you have to be good at shooting, but your mental game has to be also there. The mental game of USPSA is the hardest part, and the biggest disparity between classes is your mental game. Going to B class is mostly gun skill. Everything after B class is mental at speed. So like shooting at speed, not messing up, going faster is all a mental aspect part of the game. And you could see it. You start to make mental mistakes as you go faster, but that is part of the game, and it's part of shooting and part of the sport. I wouldn't say shooting specifically, but it is part of the sport, and it is very hard and it's very difficult, especially on large stages like this. So he should have shot the steel from here. I wouldn't consider that a mistake. Did it cost him time? Yes. Now, as you can see, he's also missing low. That's some shooting fundamentals that we all have to work on. No one's perfect. You know, we're not the best shooters in the world, but you know, everybody makes mistakes, even the best shooters in the world. So that was also another mistake. It's very hard to keep track of your round count while you're on stage, which is why this 10 round crap is just so bad, because in the back of your head, I will say I'm 15 matches in and still every single match. I'm like, I only have 10 rounds. I only have 10 rounds. So like every miss is magnified even more than what it has to be, because then you get situations like this. If we had our standard capacity magazines, which were allowed, 140 millimeter length, which is allowed in carry optics, which Giancarlo competes in, he'd be okay. He wouldn't have to reload, burning valuable time, like valuable time. He could have just popped 2 more and been dandy and ready to go. But instead, because we're limited to 2 rounds and he missed, and we kind of plan these stages or ellipse ability stages where you don't get any makeup shots or you only get 1. So if you've missed twice, well, your stage is probably ruined at that point, unless you make it up in time. It's clear as day that you didn't, because you're just burning time right here. But G goes with the reload, clean reload, you know, perfect technique, finger right into the magwell, comes in. I'm sure he was already frustrated at that point. Did the double tack, did the double tap military magazine into gun, burning more time, but comes in, cleans this up super fast, easy, double taps, and then finishes on the swinger. So as you can see, although G's shooting wasn't bad, he only had 2 misses. The 2 misses cost him some serious time. And then just little mental mistakes, you know, we all have those. But it just goes to show you that the stage can be shot multiple different ways, and you can almost get the same outcome if you shoot it different ways. But you know, G opted to do it differently. It burned up some time, but it is what it is. You live and you learn. And that's how we seek to get better. Now I'll give you some, let Joe give some input, what he wants to do and what he wants to talk about.
Yep, you can let this one play as well. Just straight through. And so here, he starts out the way I would have started out. And then here was a good transition, reloads. You could pause here. So I would say that getting sucked into the window is crazy, because that window is literally there for what you said, to shoot it from the very back corner.
Yeah, it's to shoot it from right here.
Yeah, I would look at that as a huge mental error.
Yep.
So my thing is since I wasn't there and shot this stage, do you think if you shot that from the back left corner, that by the time you finish this course on average, do you think that swinger would be done swinging and you would have to shoot over the cover?
So that is a really good assessment of the swinger. The problem is the swinger finishes down. It doesn't finish standing
Oh, it
up.
does.
Yeah. So
well,
there's a time.
You do remember like the ones that we had with not the USPSA targets, the other ones, the silhouettes.
Poppers? Oh, the silhouettes. Yeah.
No, yeah, those finish up, don't they? Or is that only on
disappearings?
poppers?
Disappearings finish. The flapper disappearing finishes up. The one that he shot in the beginning finishes disappearing, so you can't shoot it. And then some swingers they finish down or they finish up.
So
But
this one finished on the left side.
But there's also
behind the double stack.
There's also stage rules stating that you have to shoot it while it's swinging.
Swinging. Okay, yeah. I figured as much.
If I do remember this one did finish down, but there are times where the swinger stops swinging, and if you shoot it while it stops swinging, you don't get credit for the hit. So
if you rewind like 5 seconds where he's back by that corner again, another thing to note here too is, let's say you were going to take the shot right here and hit that steel. For those of you who don't shoot, if you hit any of that black mesh cover
or the white,
you do get you get a procedural for that if you didn't know that.
And a mic.
Let it play. We talked about this, getting sucked into the window. And then right here, this is kind of where his core shooting fundamentals falls apart. And that's why he gets a slide lock. That's a lot of misses in this small area. So he wasn't expecting that. Obviously, nobody does. And he gets the slide lock when he could have just put one more round in there. Reloaded in his 3-step transition because that's realistically what he has. That's like, what, 3 steps to get to that red on the right and finish off the course?
Here? Yeah. Probably a good 3 to 5 steps.
Well, for him, he's tall. But yeah, you know, he would have had a clean reload right there and finished off the course fine, but we could play it through.
I want to add something else. Doing slide lock reloads is even longer than doing regular reloads. Now you have to get your slide forward also, which takes time. So not only did he do a reload to have to get onto this target, it was a slide lock reload, which adds more time. Not your traditional 1.5 second reloads, 1.25 second reloads. Now you got to get the slide forward, and that costs time. So you're burning almost 2 seconds of time, and I can almost guarantee if we watched the time that it was probably around 2 seconds. Yeah. So we went from 19 to 21, and the shot's still not off. 3 seconds. 3 seconds he burned from that, which is a lot of time. A lot of time.
Finishes that front right strong, and then here, same thing. At the lowest point, I would have just fanned it.
Yeah, a lot of guys were actually shooting it while it was down here because it's just easier.
You have the least chance of hitting soft cover.
Yeah, that is true.
Like-
You know, you're not hitting the top of it. And this was this was soft cover, so it didn't even matter if we hit it or not. But you know, it is what it is, and G finished the stage and he did what he had to do. But we'll show you Mark's now. We don't get a lot of video of Mark, and we also don't get a lot of video of G because they just didn't attend the same amount of events that I did, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So Mark's stage 4 is right here, and you will even see that Mark shot the stage differently than we did. His was a lot more smoother, a little less mental mistakes, but unfortunately he was just a lot slower.
I notice all of you two start at the left hula hoop instead of the right.
Everybody started on the left on this stage. There's no benefit to starting on the right, actually. To be honest with you, I don't even know why they had the right hula hoop. There was no benefit of starting. So as you see, Mark took the steal on the move, which is different than what we did. And he did start off, you know, as I should have, as G did. I should have shot this the same way, but didn't. So we'll just break it down real quick. So right off the bat, Mark's coming in, starts on steel, cleans the steel up, writes a paper, super fast, awesome. Mark's off to a great start. Comes over, transitions to the two paper, to the half tucks and full size paper. Comes over to steel. Mark's moving. Mark's off to a great start, guys. This is phenomenal work. There's nothing wrong with what he was doing. I would say he could have shot and transitioned faster. To be honest with you, I don't even know if he could do that. So
the only thing I would even say about those first series of targets is his first shot out the holster is a little slow, but everything else was flawless. He doesn't break his grip when he goes to the window. His transition from target to target here was great. He doesn't drag on or drag off. And yeah, he just doesn't break his grip, goes right into the window, gets his reload in on the move. He has to go a far distance.
Let's see the reload.
And he attempts the shot on the move.
So yeah, he took the shot on the he took the steal on the move. Unfortunately, he missed twice. But hey, if you're still moving forward and have forward momentum, and your shots are missing, and you know you can make that shot and then still have shots available, do it. There's no downside to missing if you're moving forward towards the target. Granted, he still has to come into the corner anyway to shoot this paper target. So there's no downside for him taking this target on the move currently. Granted, yeah, he is wasting ammo, and you need to understand that he does need to finish the rest of the sector. But, you know, I understand that. But I personally didn't want to take this on the move because I knew I had to go to this corner anyway. So, I mean, Mark, like I said, we all shot it differently. We all had different results.
That corner too looks a lot tighter.
Yeah,
than
so
it looks.
he should have just took the steel swinger from right here instead of trying to take it on the move. I mean, he did get it, so I can't, say anything bad about it. It was just there's no downside to it. He's not hurting himself doing it. As you can see, he also misses the these little poppers, and I'm pretty sure everybody was missing them. Just steel is a mental thing, and it's not like shooting paper. It's such a mental aspect of the game that sucks. Steel messes up everybody, not just me or Mark or G. It's not because we're bad. It just steel is steel, and it always will be steel. And I have a hatred for steel sometimes. Transitions over, cleans this up. As you can see, I think he's going to go to a reload. So clean reload, I will say.
That's a really clean two-step reload. I'll give him that.
His reload was clean, but his technique on how he did the reload is not there. And we've discussed this. And also, I will say that me and Mark had discussions about his grip and his overall shooting fundamentals. And after his reload, as you can see, this is definitely not an optimal grip at all. His hand is literally 33%.
Cupping the bottom.
Yeah, it's literally touching the magazine extension, and you don't want that. This is something Mark has to work on himself. This is like a personal thing, and it's a shooting fundamental. So after his reloads, he just has a habitual habit of not getting his hand back up. And as you can see, although this looked clean because his grip at the time is consistent, you're going to see the gun doesn't recoil straight back and forth. You're going to see the gun is going to have a tendency to recoil to the left because his hand is so low on the gun, and that's the path of least resistance when you're shooting. And you could see it there. You could see the gun as soon as he comes right here. You could see that the gun is pretty much turning to the right. It's not straight with his arm anymore, and that's because his grip is all the way down here. And what that causes is your shots to miss on the follow-up. Your gun's not settling back where it needs to be because it's not reciprocating back and forth. It's recoiling down to the left. So his shot is either going to be low left on the follow-up, or it's just not going to be there at all. And this may look like it was shot well, and this is no disrespect to Mark, but the grip is terrible. And he knows this. We've talked about this. And it's very important that after your reloads that you have a good firm grip on your gun. If you don't, you just need to have a really consistent, strong grip on your gun to make sure that you're getting the shots where you need it to do. And you could see that even the shot after that was even more cleaner. The gun reciprocated normally because he was squeezing the gun tighter, which
you could tell it's low left too because he does hit the barrel. You could hear it,
and that's from his not having a proper grip on the gun. And it's even still right now, you could see it's even different from here, that his grip actually changed from that shot going wherever it went, but the gun recoiling low left because now his hand is actually not even contacting the extension. So that means his grip was not even built. He pulled the trigger. It is what it is. You can't fix that. After you pull the trigger, you own that. And the grip is even different. So he just needs to have a more consistent grip while he's shooting. And we've talked about that, and he should be working on that. Mark did miss making B class by 0.1%. And I'm not kidding you when I say that. On a classifier, Mark was classifying. He had trigger fees, shot a Charlie. Had he not shot the Charlie, he would have made B class. And that's how close that it's the little things that, that happen that cause you not to do what you want to do. And it's little things like this. It's not like, oh, my trigger frees this or that. It's little things like this. But I'll let Joe give you guys some feedback on what he thinks, maybe something I missed or some other topics that he wants to talk about.
I pretty much covered it. I want to see after the window, basically. Everything up until that point was super good.
Yeah, it was. And as you could see, his grip is even different right here after that reload. You could see before the reload, before he takes that target on the move, his grip is actually good. You could see that it's nowhere even close to being down near this magazine extension. It's actually up where it needs to be, meaning his gun out of the draw, like his grip out of the draw is actually good. It's the reloads that are screwing him. And like I said, we've had this discussion. So this is nothing new to him. As you can see, it goes for the reload. Now his grip is all the way down here, almost touching the magazine extension again. And you can see the gun recoiled even differently right there. You could see it goes to the right because his hand is all the way down here. Even on this second shot, right there, you could see that the gun didn't reciprocate back and forth. Because now the gun recoiled back, the slide went back forward, and now it's pushing low to the left.
I don't know if it's the go back like 3 seconds. I don't know if it's the video, but does he only shoot one shot at this paper?
Which one?
That right there. I don't know if the audio is clipping, but it sounds like he only shoots one shot at that paper.
Nah, he shot 2 at the side paper. The side paper right here?
Yeah.
Nah, he shot 2. Watch. 2 shots.
Whatever he was using to record that day is...
That's his, like,
the
360.
This is Ray-Bans?
No.
Oh, that's the one that clips to his hat?
Yeah, this might be the one that clips to his hat.
But yeah, same thing here as everyone else. Would have just fanned it low. And that's really all I got for this stage as well. Overall, I think he did really good besides, you know, rebuilding his grip off of his reloads.
I agree.
But yeah, overall, and then the first shot was, I would say, subpar, like out of the holster. But, you know, he speeds it up and has a fluid motion through the first half of the stage, so he kind of makes up for it.
I will say, guys, that these Long Island Championship stages, these are not normal ellipsis stages. These are way longer, way more in depth, way more shots, way more complex. This is not something we were used to shooting at all. I don't think a lot of people are actually used to shooting any of these stages. So don't think, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, we're doing this for you guys to show you what a stage is like, what we're doing on a stage, what we're doing bad on the stage, what we're doing good on a stage. This is for you guys. We personally, as shooters, I personally watch all my footage all the time, and that's how I get better. It's not watching your shooting, it's watching the little things that you're doing, like your movement and your efficiency on how you're shooting a stage is vastly more important than your actual over, like, oh man, I get an Alpha Charlie, but if I spent like a quarter or more second trying to get the alpha, would it have yielded me better results? Maybe, but what about the 10 steps that you could have covered with 5 steps where would have yielded you 3 seconds more of time instead of worrying about the quarter second transition or the quarter second split for an alpha and a Charlie. So there's a lot of guys that shoot that get caught up in like your actual shooting instead of like the actual movement to get to where you need to go, because that's where your time is. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are definitely times where your shooting definitely does matter for the clock. You know, we, in our training classes, we advocate for 0.20 splits to 0.25. Anything slower than that, you're just burning yourself on the stage, because once you get down to that 0.33, at like, if your splits at 7 yards or 0.33, there is a massive problem. Like, you need to pull the trigger faster, without a doubt, because you're only getting off 3 rounds a second compared to like my 2-0s and under 2-0s where I'm 5 shots a second. That adds up. That adds up over 15 targets. You're just slowing yourself down, and that's not even time that you can make up. That's not time. That's burn time. You're not making that up anywhere. Your shooting ability is your shooting ability, and you can't make that up anywhere. So if you're burning fucking 10 seconds for, I don't know, 10 seconds additional time for shooting targets, and then I'm shooting the same amount of targets in 3 seconds, there's a problem. Like, there's a big problem. Your hit factor is tanking because of your shooting ability. And that doesn't even include your movement, your misses, or doing transitions or nothing like that. That is just your pure shooting ability. And I'm sure Joe can attest to some of what I just said, because we see this a lot in classes and we try to fix it, and we try to make you guys understand that pulling the trigger is somewhat important. It's not high on the priority list, but it's definitely something you should keep in the back of your head. Like, oh, I'm burning time here because I can't pull the trigger fast enough. And even trigger freeze gets, hurts your time. So that's just like over gripping your gun. But I'd rather you over grip your gun rather than just not being able to pull the trigger fast enough. Definitely hurt your time, without a doubt. And as a matter of fact, we could actually watch this real quick while we're here. So this is a video of side by side of me and Giancarlo, and I totally forgot to edit this, and we could just definitely add this to the video, and you could see how we shoot and how I finish faster. And I've made way more mistakes than he did. And also, you could see that how much time my error cost me. G, by the time I was waiting for that thing to turn, the disappearing target, G was already engaging his 180 transition, already engaging the next target by the time I even started to move. This is where I surpassed G, right here. So had I not spent an additional extra amount of seconds wasting my time trying to fan this swinger, you could see that G was off to an insanely hot start. And it wasn't till here that I passed him. Right here, I passed him. His shooting errors, his pistol fundamental shooting errors, is what caused him to lose time towards me. And I made the same mistakes, but I was just faster at it. We both made a mistake here, too. And keep in mind, I'm still in front of him. I just finished shooting this. So that by the time he's reloaded, I'm already into the next sector of fire, reloaded, ready to go. And he still hasn't made shots on this paper. But he caught back up because I just wasted a lot of time on the swinger, unfortunately. Maybe Joe can add some extra input here and give you guys some tips, but you could see the like side-by-side video of you can make it up on the back end, but my shooting error here cost me a significant amount of time. If G did not have the shooting mistake here, he would have blew me away by seconds on the clock. And we're talking.
The one thing I was gonna say when you were running through it is, since now it's side by side, you could see that he's like almost a whole 1.5 second ahead of you.
Yeah, my whole sector is cleaned up by the time he even has ready to pull the trigger. And it's right here that I make it up. So he's not even done with this sector, and I'm already on the swinger. And he started off way faster than me. Not for nothing. My specialty is transitions. I spend a lot of time transitioning in my dry fire routine, and that is definitely not a weakness of mine. I spend a ton of time doing it, and I've told you guys this many, many times. I go from light switch to post-it to a little dot on the wall, like a little paster on the wall, and that's why my transitions are so strong. The stuff I need to work on is going to have to be done through live fire. It can't really be done through dry fire. Unless I just want to speed up what I'm trying to do, trying to speed up what I already suck at, and I want to get good at what I suck at before I go faster. But I do spend a lot of time transitioning. A lot. As we're making this video, I'm actually transitioning. And like we said, guys, it's little errors like that burn time. It's mental mistakes that just burn you time on the stage. It sucks, but it's part of the sport, and you got to get better. That's all I have, Joe. I don't know if you want it.
Yeah, I think we covered everything. Overall, pretty good series of videos, I would say.
All right, guys. So we gave you 4 separate videos instead of the 3, which made up. So next week, we're going to give you probably 2 weeks worth of footage because I will be going out for surgery, and my surgery day is a Thursday, and that's usually when we film these. But I know we're filming this on a Friday night right now, so next week we're going to give you a significant amount of content. That way, the week during my surgery, that I'll be able to just recover, and I'll probably be hurting. So I want to just give you guys some content for the following week. So me and Joe, we're going to be cranking out a couple of videos next week for you guys. That way you have the following week's content covered. And then I'll see how I feel the following Thursday for recovery. I should be okay. I should be all right enough to make some content for you guys. I will give a heads up to everybody that finishes watching this video. I know it's already 39 minutes long. We're going to edit it, and I'm sure it'll get shorter. March Madness is coming up, and it would be really nice to see some of you guys shooting matches. Some of you guys that are viewers, maybe some of you guys want to get into shooting matches. Maybe some of you guys have shot matches. Those of you who have never shot a match, don't be afraid to shoot a match. Our March 28th class is coming up, Pistol Funds. Great way to get started into matches. Everything we do kind of revolves around USPSA. We even have a USPSA prep class that we're probably going to throw at some point in this year. I kind of want to do it at the back end of the year when it's not super duper hot. Unfortunately, we are packed until June. Our 2-day class is in June. And then August and July, I kind of don't like doing USPSA prep because it's just way too hot to be running around. But we're going to probably stick with Pistol Funds. And we'll probably look at USPSA prep class, maybe September, October, probably October, end of the year type of stuff. And I really would like to see some of you guys out there, some new faces, some new shooters, some of you guys that want to run around and shoot. I understand you guys are stuck at the indoor range or Calverton or some stationary booth, but come out and shoot a match. It's a big family out there. We want new shooters out there. We won't hate you. If you suck at shooting, you'll come out there and suck even more at shooting and want to have to get better. So I just want to see you guys out there. Anything, Joe? Anything you got?
That's all I got. You mentioned the 2-day class, the crash course coming up. Any giveaways coming up?
We could potentially do another giveaway. I don't think we could do a giveaway for the 2-day class since it's already discounted, but we might do a class in May for you guys. It depends on me and Joe are going to go out and shoot a Geisley gas gun match. So it really depends on when that is and when we could have oh no, you know what guys? We actually can't host a class in June unless it's in May. Sorry. LIPSA is doing the SWAT challenge, the Long Island SWAT challenge. And usually we like to host our classes at the end of each month, the last Saturday and Sunday. And unfortunately the SWAT challenge is in May. We could potentially host a Pistol Funds class in the beginning of May, but me and Joe are going to go try and shoot a Geisley gas gun match. So I don't know if the whole team is going to be available for everybody to be here to do a class. So May just might be a month where we're not teaching a class. I'm not too sure, but it'd be cool. But me and Joe want to go out, shoot Geisley gas gun match, go shoot some long range stuff. That way we could start getting into precision long range stuff and transfer some knowledge to you guys on the stuff that we're doing. It's probably not going to be for a little while that we start teaching it, but it's something that me and Joe are going to start doing collectively as a group, as a team, because it's something that I like to do. Actually, I think long range is very, very difficult. It's a very hard skill. It's not that CQB stuff that everybody wants to see, and I understand it's not IG friendly, but long range is something that you guys should be getting into because it's hard. It's not easy. But that's all I got for you guys. I think the video is done. Like I said, Joe, I don't think he's got anything at all. But I really hope to see you guys out there. Peace.